Have you ever had to make a really big decision, one that could change your whole life? Well, today, we're diving into a story about a man named Lot who faced exactly that. His story is full of drama, tough choices, and a powerful lesson about obedience. Let's rewind a bit. Lot was living with his uncle, the famous Abraham, in the land of Canaan. Both of them were incredibly blessed with huge flocks and herds. In fact, they became so successful that the land just couldn't support all their animals in one place. Imagine having so many sheep and cattle that you run out of grass. This could have led to a huge family argument, right? But Abraham, being the wise and generous person he was, came to Lot with a peaceful solution. He said, "Look, we're family. There shouldn't be any strife between us. The whole land is before you. Let's part ways. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left." What an incredibly unselfish offer. Abraham, being the elder, could have claimed the best land for himself, but he let Lot choose first. So Lot looked around. His eyes fell on the lush green plain of the Jordan River. It was incredibly well watered, almost like the garden of the Lord. It looked like the perfect place to raise his family and his livestock. This beautiful area was near a city called Sodom. So Lot made his choice, packed up his family and all his possessions, and moved toward the vibrant green valley. On the surface, it seemed like a brilliant move. He got the prime real estate. But there was a huge problem that Lot might have overlooked. The people living in Sodom and the nearby city of Gomorrah were known for being extremely wicked. Their behavior was so out of control that it got God's attention in the worst way. God, being just, couldn't let this wickedness continue. He decided that he had to destroy these cities. But God is also merciful. He remembered Abraham and wanted to save his nephew Lot and his family. So he sent 2 angels who appeared as men to warn them. The angels arrived in Sodom and told Lot, "You need to get out of here now. Take your family and everyone who belongs to you and leave this city immediately. We are going to destroy this place because the outcry against its people has become so great." You would think Lot would grab his family and run without a second thought, right? But he hesitated. He couldn't believe it was really happening. Maybe he was sad to leave his home and all the things he had built there. He lingered, delaying their escape. The situation was critical. Time was running out, so the angels had to physically grab Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters by the hand. They literally pulled them out of the city, urging them, "Flee for your lives. Don't look back and don't stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains, or you will be swept away." They gave one simple but life or death instruction: do not look back. As soon as Lot and his daughters safely reached a small town called Zoar, the judgment began. God rained down fire and burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the heavens. The destruction was total and absolute. Everything in those cities, the people, the buildings, even the vegetation, was completely wiped out. But in the midst of this terrifying event, a tragedy occurred within Lot's own family. Despite the clear warning from the angels, Lot's wife disobeyed. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was a longing for the life she was leaving behind. But for whatever reason, she looked back, and in that instant, she became a pillar of salt. What a heartbreaking moment. Lot and his daughters were safe because they obeyed God's command. They escaped the destruction, but they lost a wife and a mother because of one act of disobedience. They must have been filled with so much sadness, but also relief that they had listened. This story teaches us so much, shows the importance of making wise choices, not just based on what looks good on the surface. It highlights God's justice against evil, but also his incredible mercy in providing a way of escape. And most powerfully, it's a stark reminder of the importance of obedience. Even when it's hard, and the serious consequences of looking back when God is calling you forward. Thanks for watching and spending this time with me. I hope this story gave you something to think about. If you found this meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories like this. See you in the next video.